We see ourselves up there.
In a minute, yeah.
So without a quorum, you said there was a
Can't do-
topic in
do
front of
anything.
the-
We can still discuss it, but we just
But we
can't.
can't do anything
Can't
about
make
it.
a recommendation to the planning board, which it's a
Okay.
minor subdivision, if I remember right, and it's
Right.
on the
Didn't
high
sound
side.
terribly complicated. It
No, I was-
sounds like they were just moving a boundary line essentially
Exactly. So,
between two parcels.
are we
Oh, I thought we
ready?
were making two
Yes,
separate
we're ready.
parts.
Okay, so the meeting has come to order.
Okay.
We do not have a quorum as we discussed, so we will go ahead with the agenda. I apologize for not having paper copies. But on top of my flooded basement, my printer was jammed and I was having a tizzy. So my wife's like, "You gotta calm down, mister." I just brought my computer. This is an ongoing agenda because it was last month as well when we were missing people. So I think I've told everyone that Beecher Graham has resigned.
Yep.
And Jeff Barber is not available due to personal issues currently. Mike Niles was here last week. It was Mike and I and Renee. Mike emailed me today and said he would not be available. That's the only one I heard from.
So he hasn't been at other meetings, but he's resuming his. He wants to stay on.
He's in the National Guard
Uh-huh.
full-time, so he's all over the place, as I understand it, and can't always be here.
So Phil George is on
Oh,
virtually.
he may be
Oh, good.
on vacation.
Does he need
He can
to,
speak.
does he need to speak? Okay.
And Mary Baum, is she?
Was Mary Baum?
She's
Oh,
just someone who's,
just an attendee.
Yep.
It's just someone who's watching.
Let's see if we can let Phil speak and we'll say hi.
sorry, this thing is really,
Touchy.
yeah, it's very doggy, like it doesn't,
Is it not responding?
yeah.
So
Can you click on the allow to talk?
we do need new members.
Stayed in the panel.
So I think Renee has some ideas, and if you guys know of someone that might be interested, let us know and we can
I know when
certainly vet
she-
them out.
Renee was saying that when she invited new people on, she was trying to get people sort of scattered throughout the township.
That's been her,
Is that still sort of
Overall
a high
goal.
priority?
that's
Sort
what
of
she's.
like I know a neighbor that right on my street,
Mhm.
not such a great suggestion.
I don't know.
I actually think
It
any
doesn't
live
hurt
body
to-
is better than no
It
live body.
doesn't hurt to, yeah, it doesn't hurt to
More body.
point
Just because she lives on your street doesn't mean she thinks exactly as you do.
Yeah.
So,
You need two people in or one?
I think we need two.
Okay.
Yep.
So, yeah.
I don't
Have her
really
call
know
her.
anybody on my street, but I've.
I don't know, Phil, if you can hear us, but we're trying to let you talk.
He can hear us. Oh, he says he's on a chat.
I was exposed to
He's
someone
on
with
what?
COVID,
Oh,
so
yeah.
I thought it best not to attend in person. He's got a little chat box at the bottom.
Oh, nice. Okay,
Right,
we got that.
Good.
Thank you, Phil.
yep, yeah, so I thought
Okay,
maybe,
now we got him.
Here we go.
He may not
Now
have
you-
his camera on.
You can talk if you can, Phil.
yeah, can you hear me or not? Huh, it doesn't sound like you can hear me.
He's muted. Or is he not muted?
No,
It doesn't look like he's muted, but why don't you just keep going and then
Okay, so,
Yeah.
members, think about that. I had put up here the solar overlay district discussion. The town has received an application.
Oh,
So I was going to let Renee tell us about that. But she's not with us. Excuse me. So we'll see where that goes, maybe next time. The tower inventory update is there are, and this is coming from Stan. I was hoping he could give us this information, but as I understand it, there are 8 parcels in the town overlay district. From the letters sent out in February, they've heard back from 2 people so far.
I'm not sure I'm following you. 8 parcels.
In the tower inventory. So or 8
Oh,
owners, if you will, 8 different providers.
So
that are
only,
using
so
the
only 2
tower.
have responded to any kind of inquiry.
Correct.
So who pays the taxes on it?
Well, they know who they are and they've reached out to them, but they have not gotten back. I guess I really wish Dan or someone would speak better to this because I'm letting them run with it. But it's my understanding that we're trying to get an inventory of what's on these towers, who owns them, are these things functional, are they abandoned, you know, what is the status of all this stuff?
yeah.
And Stan's been chasing this stuff down his whole time here in Pompey. So he's very concerned. He lives right up by the towers,
Yeah.
obviously, on Sevier.
Okay.
And there's, you know, he's raised many concerns about the towers. So it made sense to have Stanley
Mhm.
head up this group that's looking into this. So we'll discuss that next time when Stanley is available. But the topic at hand tonight, and I think I told you guys this, Craig's been on the board for a long time. You guys are relatively new. This was like the brunt of what we did. Craig will attest. We would get an application from a member of the town for a subdivision application. ECC looks at it from an environmental standpoint, and we make a recommendation or comment, I should say, to the boards. And this particular instance is Beecher Graham, who was a former member. And we do not have the map in front of us, but I could pull it up here. We
That would
can
be
look
nice.
at it. She's on Orin Gulf Road. And as I said, in the past, we've reviewed these. And we will review it in greater detail, right? If somebody wants to build something, just like the board would. But she only wants to subdivide and has no intention of building anything. So it's a line on a piece of paper as far as, that's how I look at it. There's nothing from an environmental standpoint, in my opinion, that we could bring to light, right? Because what she's saying is she has 45 acres plus or minus currently. And she would like to subdivide out 7 acres. And so they'd have 2 parcels as opposed to 1. So they'd have a 7-acre parcel and a 38-acre parcel. And someday someone may want to build, I don't know if their kids or what their plan is, but right now they have no plan to build anything. So as I always do, I looked at the New York State Environmental Resource Mapper. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that. You just type that in online, Resource Mapper, and you can go to anybody's parcel anywhere in New York State and turn on all the various layers, and you can see if there's endangered plants and animals, if there's wetlands, there's a whole myriad of environmental layers that you could turn on to see if your property or the property of interest is potentially, because the mapper is only a guide, right? It could say, oh yeah, that's a regulated federal wetland. So I did that, as I typically do with these. And the only thing I think I found were there may be some rare plants in the vicinity of this property. So, and all that stuff would have to be addressed through proper procedures once she went to develop, right? But for the subdivision portion of it, there's really not much there, but I can certainly share the map with you guys.
That would be.
Fill on the screen.
Yep, we gotta fill.
I can't share that with anyone else out there, but so Indian Hill Road
Okay,
and Orange Gulf Road, her
okay.
parcel is. Can you see it all, Craig?
Yep.
Those
I
two
looked at
parcels
it
right
at
there.
home while I was with you. I didn't see anything outstanding.
Right.
I thought they were making two separate parcels out of it. Maybe I misread it. So it's
They want to, right?
out of the 7.
Out of the 40. So let's go actually. Let's look at the application. Yeah, this is part.
I don't know how any of this works.
What's that now?
So an application like this comes in, is it allowable and is it reasonable to ask, is it allowable to ask why they want to subdivide it, what they plan to do with the,
So here's how the
I
process
wouldn't be
works.
surprised if eventually they weren't gonna do something with it, otherwise why bother?
is it our job to ask about that? And
No.
Review them?
No,
No, our job is just to make sure there's nothing there that we should be protecting, I think.
from an.
Environmental, yeah. The planning board gets to say, gets asked those questions.
So this is the application that needs to be filled out. Total acreage of the site is 51.76 acres. Let me see.
Maybe I misread it. I thought there were 2 pieces to begin with, and
Well,
she was just enlarging the tiny one
As I
with pieces from these,
Okay.
from the larger one, and maybe I misread that.
looking for
No,
her description.
I can't say I was listening. I was reading that closely.
You're like me. Sometimes you don't read emails till
Okay, so-
9, 10 at night, and you might, your eyes might not.
Here's what the
Read it
brief
to us,
description
boss.
of the proposed action. Presently taxed as one parcel, but has 2 surveyed parcels.
Oh,
Not sure what that means. Either
Yeah.
there are 2 parcels or there aren't, but the southern 350 feet of road frontage on Orange Gulf with the house and the barn and 5 acres. The northern 390 feet of road frontage and about 45 acres of land. So there's your 51, 45 roughly.
Mhm.
They're probably a little larger than 5, and a little larger than
And the
45.
part they want to subdivide is south of their house or north of the
I
house?
would.
Well, she
I
says I would like to create 2 separate entities, increasing the 5 acre piece to a 7 acre lot approximately. And increasing the road frontage from 450 to 500. There is no intent to develop the 43 acres remaining. So she wants to pull out, like I said, 7 acres out of the 51.
It sounds like she wants to shift.
A lot
2 acres
line,
from the
yeah,
Bigger parcel.
Right.
into the-
and
But
achieve
it's
the
only being
full
taxed as
requirement.
one now.
So that's why I say it's not 2
That's
parcels.
so weird.
Yeah, I'm thinking they get one tax bill, but it's probably got 2 numbers on it, but
But
I
that's,
could be wrong.
I
see
don't
that.
know.
Yeah, bottom line, it's nothing for us to get worried about.
No,
That's
really, that's
the
technically,
environmental part of it.
it's
have it
not in
done.
it's not in our jurisdiction,
Mhm.
Right, so,
Keep it simple.
not our circus, not our monkey.
yeah, let's see what she. Is there anything else? This is you guys all saw the application. right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you just go through and answer all these questions. Permanent, under the zoning regulations, yes. Consistent with the adopted comprehensive plan, yes. Is the proposed action consistent with the predominant character of the existing build or natural landscape? Yes. So there's no red flags in any of these questions.
Mhm.
right? Um,
And you guys have seen the application because you were at the last meeting.
I wasn't at the last meeting.
No,
Emailed it to us.
It was in the email,
you didn't see it.
Which email?
the first
My
one.
most recent one.
The past week?
Yeah.
Just Monday, I think.
I must have missed it. There was a attachment there.
God, that happened.
Yeah, I'm not used to it. I use Outlook for work, so
Well,
there's
there's
the,
the
there's
better
the
map.
parcel. So, let me see, 45-ish acres.
Orientate me here. Orin Gulf Road is, I gotta go get my
Right here.
glasses. Is, okay, there at the bottom there. House and
And
barns are in that vicinity.
In that, are they in that first, that larger parallelogram thing there with a little line around it?
so,
I need a pointer. Laser pointer. Yeah, is that where the house and barns are? Perfect. Exactly, that's my
Yeah.
question.
right.
So it looks like she just wants to whack off
Lot
that.
A and Lot B, they're calling it, and that's by the surveyor. So this whole piece is the 51. And she wants to kind of even up this road frontage right
Oh,
here.
so what she's gonna whack off that rectangle that comes down
I
and
don't,
add it to the barns? Is that what she's gonna do?
let me just zoom in.
I don't think it really matters. So that one piece only has road frontage on one road and the other piece only has road frontage on the other.
Correct.
Okay.
What's the other road? Orin Gulf Road and go down.
Yeah,
Orin
Indian
Gulf?
Hill and Orin Gulf, isn't it?
Indian Hill.
Yeah,
Oh, they own that far.
well, they're not, they don't put up to it, I don't believe. So that one has 390 feet of frontage. And that one has 200, I think it's like 80.
So the right-hand vertical property line, is that along the other road?
Here,
No, okay, what's that big chunk? Is that,
that's another property.
oh, okay, so is she gonna landlock that back piece?
No, I think they have frontage.
The numbers on the part said they were gonna add 54 feet to this and subtract it off the other, leaving more than enough that if somebody did want to get back there,
Okay.
if I read it correctly.
The total frontage there is 238 plus 320 plus 1.
So she's bringing it down to
She
just a
wants to
roadway
make
back in there.
238 plus 150, you said?
238 plus 320 plus 150.
320 plus 150,
157, yeah.
57.
Yep.
Give you 7, 8, 15.
Close to 1,000.
Yeah, there's, so the answer to Polly's question was still leaving more than enough
Still
to
got more than
access the
enough.
back, yes.
And
What a
that's
valid
what she's
point on your
trying
part.
for. Is the-
You always have to watch out for that.
Yep.
We do hay on some people's property that the only way to get back there, because they've
Through the
done
neighbors.
so much to the front, is to go over somebody else's septic system and get back there.
Ooh, that'd be scary.
Well, we've been doing Marty Bays, we've been doing it for years. But we don't have the big boy equipment. We have the lighter weight, smaller stuff. So we just tiptoe over his septic and go back in there. But we have to do what used to be Prosser's and
Mhm.
Marty's together.
Bottom line, you wouldn't go there today.
No, well, it's not dry. That's not a wet field.
Oh,
That's, except down by Prosser's Pond it is, but no, and nobody's been doing any hay anyway. But
no.
it's been rotten, hasn't it?
I think we agree then that
It's okay. It's not our problem.
Yes,
we don't see any environmental.
But we don't have a quorum, so that's not a whole binding.
but you could just mention that
How many
the
do we need
members
for
that were here, the
5.
agreement was.
1, 2, 3,
the
4, and
applicant
Phil is
received.
5.
He doesn't count
Why?
because he's online. He's virtual.
New York State rules. They keep changing them.
I
on
sent
us,
that
you
in
know.
the email as well, the explanation on
So
that.
you have to be a live body in the room.
I don't think I can get.
Sorry.
That's too bad.
I bet that'll change over time. It's just doesn't make all that much sense when we're still
Yeah.
wary of the virus, you know?
You're right, Phil, we can't hear you.
And there's the
No.
environmental map for you guys. That's,
Keep time, I'll read your
You
comments.
signed?
Okay, yeah,
so
no,
this is what the mapper looks like. And I'm not online right
Oh,
now, so
Okay.
you go to the site. And this is basically the parcel in here. And then you just turn on the various layers. You see
Huh.
that?
Huh.
And,
All right.
and there's wetlands.
There's
layers and
wetlands, there's
wetlands,
floodplains, there's
everything.
timber,
limestone
there's,
over on the
I
right?
forget all the choices you got, but
Um,
if you got time.
That's Kesnoe Road, is 92.
No, I just wanted the creek.
Oh, the creek.
Yeah.
Yes. Let me see this one down through here.
Mhm.
Yep. So that, for what it's worth, that's,
Yeah.
No,
back to my agenda. Okay, so Martha, next time you will do the environmental education topic, right?
Sure.
On carbon footprinting, right? Or something like-
Carbon pricing.
Carbon
Carbon
pricing,
pricing.
carbon pricing. What
Very
is it?
relevant
basically?
right now. It's putting a fee on fossil fuels to make fossil fuels more expensive,
Ouch.
which will help drive the transition to renewables. The approach I'm most familiar with is a carbon fee and dividend approach, where the extractive industries pay a fee as they pull fossil fuels out of the ground. The fee is collected by the federal government and then redistributed back to households as a dividend. So households get protected from price shock of energy costs going up.
Okay, so next time, well,
There are also.
actually, Phil, are you still with us?
I'm trying to get, he's
can hear
unable
us.
to,
I can't hear him.
his audio is not working.
is there any,
Can we see him again?
That's what I'm working on.
for
Okay,
agriculture?
Yeah, yeah, there are certain exemptions for.
It would be helpful.
and that's something we've been discussing as a group, that each time we meet, we will try to have an environmental topic, have one of the members present something, whatever interests you, whatever, and it can be 5 minutes, it can be 10 minutes, whatever we want, just something to talk about. In the past, as I noted, we were not meeting every month. We were meeting when we had something before us, like features, and preferably something with some substance. Somebody really wanted to build a house on a piece of property and then,
Yeah.
or change something. That's where we might have had some input in the past. But now we're meeting monthly, which is great. The other thing we discussed last meeting was how we did the trees, right, in the spring. Is there something else along those same lines that we could do
And it's gonna be tough for them.
Well, we went in there and Pauline, you wouldn't believe it. You go like, where'd you plant them, Tom? He showed me. We went down there and we're walking around in there. We pulled apart the goldenrod. The trees were just gorgeous
Good.
and thriving and
Good.
green with this fresh mint or light green growth on
Yeah,
them.
we've had a lot of rain. It's been a good year to be a transplant. Yeah, the trees are not.
They've been
whining.
well irrigated.
Yeah, the trees are not complaining this year.
Yeah, so I guess you want to leave them protected. That's the way they would be pretty much in nature.
No.
When I worked on this tree farm, Pauline, in Martha's Vineyard, they did not want to mow around the trees. They kept the larger growth down, but they didn't mow it down like you would with your lawn.
No, but
So they-
you've got to reduce some of the weed competition for nutrients.
And
You really, the poor little beggars.
Yeah,
And the first year in particular, first year or two, all they're doing is root development. Like, where did I just wake up?
just
And,
getting acclimated.
Yeah, and it takes them an awful long time to get that sorted out, and then they'll start to grow, but too much cover.
Can be bad.
Yeah, especially
I
when the
mean, it
snow
makes sense,
comes
right?
and it starts pushing
packing
them
it
all down.
I was thinking though,
Yeah.
the other thing, a little cover is okay, but isn't that when the deer and the critters like to eat them?
Oh,
When they're young.
mice girdle them and
Mice,
mice and
that's-
rabbits, the damn rabbits. Oh,
Yep.
they're unafraid of us. Actually have hawk poles all through our farm that are taller than our tallest trees, just something that they can land on
Oh,
that
for
isn't the,
perch.
that isn't the fresh green top, that is very bendy. So even if a
Oh, just
crow.
a fence post or something.
Yeah, anything
I
tall,
see.
anything tall, so that they can land on with a cross brace, so that they can land on that while they're standing there waiting for mice or rabbits. As long as it isn't the top of the tree, because when it's still young and tender, it goes and they crack it off. And you're like, ah, another
That's
year
wonderful.
lost. So yeah, the Christmas tree people are crazy. Ed's at a meeting tonight on
It's
beneficial.
only your livelihood. You're all
Beneficials
right.
and weed control and alternate weed control. Okay, he's out in Geneva
You
right
prune
now.
them?
Hmm?
You prune them up
Oh, God, yes.
with a machete?
No. Rotary battery pruner.
Okay.
You can use a machete.
You better be sharp.
Well, the knives, we call them shearing knives, we have big, long, thin, flexible knives, and there's some people that swear by them, but carpal tunnel is coming at you. And our
Sure.
electric pruners actually have a brace and a harness.
Backpack.
So it's taking the weight of the pruners off of your
It's
shoulders
a lot of work.
and putting it on the brace, and you can just, oh God, it's really fast. So it's good. Yeah, it is a lot of work, but
Yeah.
Not as much work as the cows.
no. Nobody calls you at 2 a.m. and say your trees are out.
Trees are always out.
You've said that before.
Yes. Yes, yes. The sheep are in the road. Great.
There's no grass in the road. Why are they there?
It's fun.
So, okay.
So we don't have anything else? We're all done?
I think so.
You
Okay,
can adjourn.
We can adjourn.
we can adjourn.
Well done. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next meeting is, write that
next
on your
meeting.
calendar, Paulie.
Yep, I'll put it in my phone.
Third Thursday, right?
Yeah, so it's the 16th of September.
Did I do leave my phone in the car? I did. All right, I'll go find it. September 16th.
And that will be here.
Do we need Phil? He's back if we need him.
Oh, Stanley's there as well.
Oh,
Bye, guys.
when does the
Next meeting is the 16th at 7 o'clock here at the town hall. I'll send out an email. Okay,
So we're done.
we're good.
We're good.
Bye. Oh, Phil did his presentation on pollinators last